I have a theory that when you expect the best, you get the best. Let's talk about it. Hi, I'm Rochelle Fox, and you are tuning in to the Mindspo podcast, and this is my I Have a Theory series. If you are someone that wants to have your best year yet, if you are ready to feel alive again and just feel like everything is working out for you because you are on your highest timeline, then this episode is for you. I started this whole entire I Have a Theory series with the theory that the best is yet to come. And this episode is really a continuation of that one, because I think we really need to understand that it is our assumptions that are really shaping our reality. And this all plays into the law of assumption, which was made very, very famous by none other than the manifestation goat, Neville Goddard. I absolutely love Neville Goddard's work. And whenever I feel I'm really in a slump and I'm getting too kind of caught up in overthinking, getting overwhelmed, getting overstimulated, and my mind is going at a million miles an hour and I am getting stuck in the worst case scenario, I always go back to his teachings, because his teachings around the law of assumption, they really simplify manifestation. Something I've learned the hard way while being a manifestation teacher is sometimes the best manifestors in the world are the ones that aren't thinking about things too deeply. They are the ones that are just in the experience. They're embodied, they're in play. They're not getting caught up in their logical mind. And this is such a catch-22, because I think one of the reasons that I feel I teach manifestation in a really powerful way is that I take ideas and I simplify them, and I'm able to turn logical concepts into practical, actionable things. But at the same time, it also means that I'm a really heady person. And if you feel like you're also a very heady person, and sometimes you can get caught up in loops and spirals in your mind and you can just overanalyze everything, then I know that this podcast episode is really going to help and support you. So I want you to understand that the law of assumption is very, very powerful, because we are literally creating our reality through our thoughts, our feelings, our everyday actions. It is who we are being on a day-to-day basis that is creating our reality. And it is your predominant programming that is shaping the world that you see. So when you start to understand that, you really understand at your core that it is what you think and believe on a day-to-day basis that creates what you receive and create on a day-to-day basis. You are the one that is steering the ship. So when you wake up every single day and you think about the worst case scenario, when you expect things to go wrong, when you expect bad treatment, when you expect not to get the pay rise, not to get the money, not to receive the thing, not to make the sale, not to have the person text back, that is the reality timeline that you start moving towards. This is what you start creating. And this happens because you literally, in your mind, you start collapsing quantum possibilities, because you start moving in the reality where, nah, it's not happening for me. Nah, it's not working out for me. Nah, I'm not going to get that thing. And then as a result of that, you start creating a reality where that is actually your manifested reality. And it's kind of wild, because it sounds so simple just to think about the best case scenario, just to think about the best thing, but it really works. And I want to teach you some practical ways to do that. So the first thing that I want you to do is have a practice every single morning when you wake up of saying good things to yourself. When you wake up in the morning, your brain is in theta, which is a very highly suggestible brainwave state. This is why it is so important not to go on your phone, not to go on social media, not to watch the news, not to consume anything that could take your energy in the wrong direction. Because the minute that you do that in the morning is the minute that your day takes a U-turn. Whatever vibration you start the day in is generally the vibration that the day continues to go in. This is why we have the saying, I woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Because if you throw yourself off first thing in the morning, it is harder to get back on the energetic high horse. Now, it's kind of crazy, because I feel we can have something bad happen throughout the day and we can kind of turn things around. But quite often in the morning, it's really hard to snap back. So this is why you need to protect your time in the morning. And what I want you to do is I want you to start having a practice with yourself in your mind where you start having conversations with yourself in the morning. So come up with a custom affirmation or a saying or something that you would like to affirm and declare to yourself every single morning that you memorize off by heart, that you just say first thing when you wake up. For example, one of the affirmations that I've used in the morning saying for very many years is I'm healthy, happy, abundant, and free. I love money and money loves me. I'm Rochelle Fox. I'm healthy, happy, abundant, and free. I love money and money loves me. It's a beautiful little rhyme. And the reason I say I am Rochelle Fox is because if you are saying an affirmation that maybe right now doesn't feel like it's your reality, maybe it feels like a bit of a leap from where you are currently, because maybe right now you're not healthy, maybe you're not happy, maybe you're not abundant, and maybe you do not feel free. So saying that can feel like, oh, that doesn't really hit home. That doesn't feel right. But when you say I am and then your name, so for example, I am Rochelle Fox, what that does is it creates a truth bridge, because your brain will never argue with you saying I am and then your name. It's like, yeah, of course, like I am my name. That makes sense. People have been saying that my whole entire life. Like you will never argue with that. So when you put that in front of the affirmation, what it does is it really puts you in this alignment with the affirmation where the subconscious mind goes, oh yeah, this is true. I don't have to argue with this, because you put something that is very truthful at the front of the affirmation. So if you're ever doing affirmations, whether it's first thing in the morning or you're doing them in the mirror, try using a truth bridge. And this is actually something that I taught in my book, Magnetic. So if you ever want really actionable advice on how to manifest and create your dream reality, this is always my reminder to you that I wrote a book called Magnetic, The Secret to Manifesting Health, Wealth, Love, and Happiness. It is out with Penguin. I don't have any sponsors on this podcast, so one of the best ways that you can support me as an independent podcaster is to go out there, buy my book or buy my audiobook. It will literally give you tenfold back what it costs, and you will learn so many practical tools, tips, tricks to really reprogram your subconscious mind and make manifestation easy, and actually understand it from not just a spiritual lens, but a scientific lens as well, because that's what I really did in Magnetic. I blended the science and the spiritual together so it worked for every type of person out there. The second thing that I want you to start doing to start working with the law of assumption and actually start expecting the best is stop rehearsing the worst case scenario. Oh my gosh, if you are someone that is constantly thinking about the worst case scenario, if you are constantly fixating on what could go wrong, what they could say, if you are having rehearsals in your head around how to say it, how to do this, how to approach this, and it hasn't even happened yet, stop it, because all it is doing is putting your nervous system into a state of dysfunction. Quite often when you are doing this and you are thinking about the worst case scenario, your nervous system will go into fight, it will go into freeze, or it will go into fawn. Because when you imagine something in your head on repeat and you put emotion into it, your mind cannot differentiate if it is actually happening or if it's not happening. So you're literally putting yourself through stress hormones constantly, again and again. Every single time you think about it, every single time you visualize it, every single time you go back to it and you ruminate on it, you are rehearsing it and you are making it real, not only for your mind, but in your nervous system. And this can send a whole lot of stress hormones through your body. And for me personally, this is something that I have actually had a lot of trouble with. And it wasn't until I got into somatic work that I was able to stop the loops that were going on inside my mind. Because when this is happening, what is actually occurring is that your nervous system is trying to close the loop. Your nervous system is sensing that there is some kind of threat in the future, something bad's going to happen. So it's trying to prepare you by thinking about it and bringing it all up. And it keeps going back to it, because if it hasn't been resolved, if you haven't had the conversation, if you haven't seen the person, or if you haven't actually done the thing that you're ruminating on, then the nervous system will just keep bringing it back because it's trying to close the loop. Now, what you need to do is you need to try and close the loop somatically. This means you need to get the emotions out of your body. You need to get the feelings out of your body. You need to say whatever it is that you need to say. You need to do whatever it is you need to do to move it through you. So one of the things that I like doing here, I'm very big on this. I've been mentioning this on so many podcasts, but somatic shaking, oh my gosh, I am obsessed with somatic shaking. Whenever I have a looping nervous system kind of trigger that is going on in my head, I will move into my body and I will just start shaking, yelling, screaming. I have a particular track that I use on the Mindspo app. It is called the Somatic Shake Up. And the idea of that particular exercise on the app, it is literally to shake up all the feelings that you're having, to bring them all up to the surface so you can get them out. And I want to say here that it is so important that one, you want to do the somatic work to really kind of move through the emotion, but two, you want to face whatever it is that you're avoiding. If you're thinking about the worst case scenario, are you avoiding having the conversation? Are you avoiding doing the thing that you need to do, or sending the email, or taking the action that is actually going to close the loop? Because as long as you have that loop open in your mind, your nervous system is going to want to keep going back to it. So the somatic work is great and it works wonders, but what works even better is actually closing the loop. It's actually doing the thing. It's facing the fear. It's so important to recognize that you can't run away from things forever. And I think a lot of us have gotten really good at kind of numbing ourselves out from the pain and distracting ourselves from what actually is going on. I know I have. I know that this was something I was very, very good at for very many years. And it actually kept me in a state where I was constantly stressed, and it was like a low level stress that I'd become so used to that I would tell you, nah, I'm fine, nothing's wrong. But if you were really to go into my mind and you were to go into my body and you were to look at what was going on, you'd be, wow, this really isn't healthy. So close the loop in any way that you can and see for yourself what happens. You are not a fortune teller. And yes, you may have an intuitive idea of what you think is going on. You might have had experience with this person, or you might just be so sure it's going to work out a certain kind of way. But you don't know what you don't know. If you are so fixated on the worst case scenario, if you are so fixated on it going wrong, it probably will go wrong because you are a powerful manifester. So you've got to get yourself out of that thinking and realize that if you believe in manifestation, just like you can expect the worst, you can also expect the best. And when you expect the best, I truly do believe that you receive the best because you assume that the best is going to come for you. And the third thing that I want you to start doing every single day is to focus your mind on finding the glimmers. The glimmers are these things that signal safety to your nervous system, that feel good, calm, that make you feel joyful, that maybe make you feel grateful. What is going right now? Like, what do you have to be grateful for? What can you focus on that is going well? What is going well for other people that you know, and maybe also that you know online? Where is the evidence that things are working out? Where are things unfolding for the best case scenario? Because your reticular activating system, also known as your RAS, what that does is it filters out your reality. So whatever you focus on expands. This is a classic personal growth term, and it goes with the science. Like, you literally have a filter inside your head called the RAS that filters out the things that you don't deem important. It literally is programmed to focus on whatever it is that you decide is important, that you want to notice, that you want to bring into your life. So if you tell your mind every single morning, I am looking for the glimmers, I am looking for the good things, I'm looking for the best case scenario, I am choosing to look for evidence that the best is yet to come. Let me tell you something. Your reticular activating system goes, okay, I've got a job. Thank you. I'm going to go and find all of the best case scenario things. And I've seen this play out in real time because ever since I started doing this I Have a Theory series, a whole bunch of you have been sending me in glimmers. It's so, so beautiful. So many of you have DM'd me and said, hey, I saw this Instagram post about the best is yet to come. Hey, I saw this quote that really reminded me of the idea that the best is yet to come. Hey, I saw this piece of content that really aligns with what you were talking about. Like, you're already doing this. If you're listening to this podcast episode, I am here on the podcast actively working and trying to reprogram your subconscious mind to see that the best is yet to come, to believe that the best is yet to come, to really trust that this year could be the best year for you yet. Now, I'm doing it on the podcast, but you can start doing this for yourself every single day. Be your own coach. Decide that you want to find the good. And guess what? Your mind will find the good for you. And it won't just find the good, it will find the great, because that's what the RAS does. And the RAS is actually one of my favorite things, I feel, when it comes to how our brains work, because we have our subconscious, right? And the subconscious is like the deeper programs, the parts that are kind of always working behind the scenes. And although your subconscious can be reprogrammed and you can completely change your reality and the programs that are running it, Subconscious reprogramming sometimes can take a little time. Like if you have very, very deep beliefs, if you have really core beliefs that have been weighing you down for some time, maybe you'll need to do a whole bunch of different modalities to really knock out that really intense belief that is creating havoc in your reality. But your RAS, every single day, it can be instantly programmed. This is one of the reasons why if you decide that you are wanting to buy a certain color car and a certain make and model, and you put it on your vision board, you'll start seeing that car everywhere because your RAS all of a sudden goes, I'm going to filter out reality so you focus on the thing that was on your vision board because it has a focus, it has an aim, right? Because as I said in one of my other podcasts, if you've been listening to this series, you are always aiming at something, even when you're aiming at nothing, because you're always magnetic. Your subconscious always has an aim. Your RAS, it loves an aim, and you can choose what you want to aim it on. So aim it on the glimmers. Focus on the glimmers every single day. Choose to expand the good, and let me tell you, the good will keep coming to you. Because, my friend, as I am going to keep telling you, the best is yet to come for you because you are listening to the Mindspo podcast in 2026. We are on a beautiful timeline. This is going to be such an exciting year. I feel like everyone that listens to this podcast is just going to get hotter. They're going to get richer. They're going to get cooler, going to get more successful. The vibes are so high, and we are doing it together this year. This is a community. This is a movement. We are in our year of momentum together. It's you and me and this community against the world. And I don't think everyone's ready because this is only January, and I got to tell you, the vibes are high. So I really hope you enjoyed today's podcast. If you did, be sure to leave me a comment wherever you are listening. Slide into my DMs, shout it out online. I honestly feel like the rest of the world could really use a little glimmer of hope. I really wish that collectively we were all on this same vibration, that the best is yet to come. So I love when you share the Mindspo podcast and you bring other people into this vibe, because the more we can grow this energy, the stronger we're going to become as a collective. And I am just so excited. So as always, I am sending you so much love. I hope you enjoyed the bird noises and the plane noises. I am outside once again. The sun has set. I came out when it was golden hour. I'm at my parents' place. I'm in Oz. Life is good, and life's just going to keep getting better for us. Never forget that you create your own reality. So go out there and make some freaking magic.